Have you ever watched someone destroy lives over and over again? Manipulate everyone around them, lie without remorse, and somehow still avoid facing the consequences? Because that's exactly what's happening in Coronation Street right now. But not for much longer. Because after months of chaos, months of lies, months of psychological games, Jodi Ramsey may finally be running out of places to hide. And if fan theories are correct, a Coronation Street legend could be about to return and bring her entire world crashing down. Welcome back to Coronation Street Update. And tonight, we're diving into the storyline that has fans more frustrated, more suspicious, and more desperate for justice than ever before. Because Jodi Ramsey's downfall may finally be beginning. But what happens next could change Weatherfield forever. When Jodi first arrived on the cobbles, something felt off. At first, viewers tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. After all, she was revealed to be Shona's long-lost sister. A woman carrying years of emotional baggage. A woman searching for family. A woman looking for a fresh start. Or so we thought. But then everything changes. Almost immediately, strange behavior began emerging. Items started disappearing. Neighbors found themselves questioning what was happening. And before long, viewers discovered that Jodi had been secretly collecting stolen possessions. Not because she needed them. Not because she wanted money. But seemingly because she enjoyed it. And that's what made it so unsettling. There wasn't an obvious motive. There wasn't a clear explanation. Just manipulation, control, and chaos. The kind of behavior that leaves everyone asking the same question. What does Jodi actually want? And that's where things take a darker turn. Because stealing trinkets was only the beginning. Soon she crossed lines that shocked even longtime Corey fans. She turned up at the hospital where little Harper was receiving treatment. A vulnerable child. A worried family. An already emotional situation. And somehow Jodi managed to make it about herself. Then came the moment many viewers still haven't forgotten. The moment she attempted to blur the boundaries with David Platt. The moment she tried to insert herself into a marriage already facing enormous pressure. It wasn't just inappropriate. It was manipulative, calculated, and deeply disturbing. Yet somehow, she continued getting away with it. But perhaps the most devastating chapter of all involved Daniel Osbourne. Because Daniel was already vulnerable, already broken, already struggling to process the horrifying truth about Megan Walsh. The woman he loved. The woman he trusted. The woman who was secretly hiding a relationship with a teenager. Daniel's entire world had been shattered. His reputation destroyed. His confidence crushed. His emotional stability hanging by a thread. And that's exactly when Jodi appeared. Offering support. Offering understanding. Offering friendship. Or so Daniel believed. But behind the scenes, a betrayal was unfolding. One so cruel, so calculated, that it pushed Daniel even closer to the edge. Because Jodi wasn't helping him. She was destroying him. The anonymous online troll. The vicious rumors. The cruel attacks. The constant humiliation. Daniel thought someone out there hated him. He thought a stranger was trying to ruin his life. But the truth was even worse. The enemy was sitting beside him. Listening to his fears. Watching his pain. Pretending to care. While secretly orchestrating the entire nightmare. And when Daniel finally discovered the truth, the fallout was explosive. He threw Jodi out. The friendship was over. The lies exposed. But the damage had already been done. And Daniel is still paying the price. In fact, fans are becoming increasingly worried about Daniel's future. Because lately, he doesn't look like a man recovering. He looks like a man falling apart. The drinking. The anger. The emotional outbursts. The neglect of his own well-being. Everything feels like it's spiraling out of control. Even Birdie has been caught in the middle. And viewers are starting to fear that Daniel is heading towards a devastating breaking point. A point of no return. A point where someone finally has to step in. But who? And that's where the fan theories become really interesting. As across social media, one name keeps appearing. And again. And again. Peter Barlow. The brother who always protected Daniel. The man who never backed down from confrontation. The Corey icon who left Weatherfield years ago. Fans are now convinced that Peter could be the one person capable of stopping Jodi. Think about it. Daniel is vulnerable. He's drinking more. His mental health is deteriorating. His family is worried. And Peter has always had a habit of returning when his family needs him most. Coincidence? Maybe. But soap fans know better than anyone that coincidences rarely stay coincidences for long. What happens next is fascinating. Because while Daniel may have exposed Jodi, David Platt could be the one who finally destroys her. Recent spoilers suggest David begins suspecting Jodi once again. And this time it involves little Harper. A precious milestone card suddenly disappears. The family misses an important photo opportunity. Shona is devastated. Tensions rise. Questions start being asked. And David immediately looks toward Jodi. Why? Because deep down, he no longer trusts her. Maybe he never truly did. And after everything that's happened, can you blame him? But that may not be the whole truth. Because Jodi isn't just a liar. She's a survivor. A manipulator. Someone who always seems to have another move ready. Every time she's cornered, he finds a way out. Every time she's exposed, she creates another distraction. Which raises a chilling possibility. What if we're still missing something? What if all this chaos has been building toward a much bigger reveal? Because fans keep asking the same question. What is Jodi's real motive? Why steal? Why manipulate? Why target Daniel? Why create chaos wherever she goes? Nobody seems to know. And that's exactly what makes her so dangerous. As we move toward the next chapter of this storyline, the pressure is building. David is suspicious. Daniel is broken. Shona is caught in the middle. And Weatherfield is running out of patience. The walls are closing in. The secrets are becoming harder to hide. And for the first time, it genuinely feels like Jodi might be losing control. But if she is exposed completely, how far will she go to protect herself? And who will be caught in the crossfire? One thing is certain. This story is far from over. In fact, it may only just be getting started. Because if Peter Barlow really is on his way back to Weatherfield, Jodi Ramsey could be facing the biggest challenge of her life. And if Daniel continues spiraling, the consequences could be absolutely devastating. The question isn't whether more drama is coming. The question is, who survives it? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you subscribe to Coronation Street Update, turn on notifications, and don't miss our next spoiler deep dive. Because the secrets of Weatherfield are becoming darker by the day. And trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.